First win as a starting quarterback at Washington State.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure obviously you're more concerned about getting the win for the team, but for you to kind of after what's a tumultuous kind of few weeks and even going back to last season, a chance to get out there, put yourself in the win column. I mean, just what do you feel like you guys did well offensively?
I thought we played really, really well as a unit. Obviously we got a little stagnant in the second half there. The defense played their butts off as far as getting stops over and over, and they give up 3 points. You're going to win a lot of football games if you give up 3 points. But I was just really proud of how the guys continued to fight. Regardless of how the game was going, we just continued to fight, continued to swing our sword. Shout out Mike Leach. But yeah, I mean, we ran the ball really well today, and that's awesome. That's important because if we're going to pass the ball successfully, we got to be able to run the ball. And I thought the guys did a really good job today, whether it was establishing the line of scrimmage, whether it was breaking tackles. They just did a really good job. So obviously a lot of good that we put on film, and we'll have some more things to grow on.
No turnovers for you this week after the 3 last week. How much of that was an emphasis this week in practice, just to take care of the ball?
It was a huge emphasis. I mean, that's something you emphasize every single week. And then obviously, when you put on a performance where there are multiple turnovers, you really got to hone in on it. Turnovers really, really change games. And the fact that we had none today was awesome. You keep playing games where you have 0 turnovers, you're going to win football games. So that was awesome for us to go out there, protect the ball. It's the most important thing. And yeah, we got to keep growing on that.
We've seen, even going back to fall camp, and then again, really today, maybe an increased level of kind of just trash talk and swagger. Maybe I don't remember seeing that a lot in fall camp last year. Was that something that we were just missing, or is that something you've kind of tried to do a little bit more of, and just kind of, just talk to the defense a little bit, or talk to the opponent?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's trash talk. Sometimes I'm just chatting it up. Whatever the case is. Whatever comes to mind. I think it's important that when you're playing a football game, you should be free. And I don't think you should just be a robot and just play every single play and not have any words to say. I'm talking to the offense, and sometimes I'm talking to the defense. They're talking a little bit of shit. We're talking a little bit of shit. Excuse my language. But yeah, obviously, the whole objective is to go out there and have fun. And trash talking is a part of the game. So if it's required or if I'm feeling like doing it, I'll definitely let it rip a little bit.
Walk us through the pass to Adam Moeller for the touchdown. Where does that rank in terms of the easiest passes you've made?
The one to Moeller, you're saying?
Yeah.
That was nice. That was fun seeing Moeller get in the end zone. Man, that ball was in the air for like a half, it felt like. But it was nice. It was nice. I mean, he was wide open, probably the easiest touchdown I'll ever get, for the rest of my career. But it was really nice seeing Moeller get in the end zone, score a touchdown, he gave me a nice little head bump. Yeah, it was cool.
Hold on, Greg. Is it harder to make that throw or make the throw to Jeremiah in the back of the end zone?
Sometimes it's harder to make that throw. It's like he's so wide open, it's almost like a wide open layup. Sometimes you just miss it. But obviously we didn't there, and that's good. Yeah, it was nice having him so wide open. Obviously, Coach Florian dialed up a great play. The boys executed up front, back end, everything. That's just goes to show that we had great execution. It's something that we practiced and we went over, and we were able to display it, on the game field, which is most important.
Go ahead, Greg. Sorry.
No, it's all good. You mentioned the running game getting going. How much of that do you think had to do with you guys kind of getting loose on offense in the first half?
Say that again. Sorry.
Just like the impact of getting the running game going on the offense in general. What did that do for you guys?
Oh, it was huge. When you establish the run game, it just really takes the life out of a defense. You're just running the ball over and over. I think that last drive, we might have killed. It was like 7 minutes left when we got the ball, or around that area. There was one pass on that drive. That was just continuously running the ball, third down, converting, and that's huge. That's going to win football games. Down the stretch. So just the more that we can run the ball, the more that we're going to win the game. The more that we can run the ball, the more that we would pass the ball, and that's going to set up, us winning games.
How good was it to see Angel get going? Not trying to zero him out, but he's had a tough one so far, and finally was able to break a few free.
Yeah, he was close on one, man. He almost got out the gate. He had like a nice little spin move, and just one more tackle, and he would have been gone for maybe 70 yards. But it was good seeing him run the ball. I thought all of the guys were just really running the ball well today. Leo had that big run. Angel, like you said, got going. Curb's always going to run the ball aggressively and hard, and just try to push the line of scrimmage. And then Maxwell getting in there, breaking a couple tackles, getting some first downs. Just seeing all those guys go out there and make plays that I know that they can make and they know that they can make was really cool.
What does a win like this head into a bye do for your team's confidence?
Oh, it's a lot for us. Obviously we had two tough losses in back-to-back weeks. Reminding ourselves how good we are as a team, and just continuing to find ways to grow from that, and just having the momentum, something to carry over into this bye week, and not just sulking in a loss. Obviously, you're never sulking in a game, whether it's a win or a loss, but it's a lot better when you win the game. So it was good for us. I think it's going to be great for the team to kind of carry us over into this bye week, and we just can't take it for granted.
Last one. Yeah. Do you put much stock in not scoring in the second half, or kind of where's your mind at in terms of what might have been gone wrong in that half?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think we had 4 drives in the second half. The first obviously was a 3-and-out. That's tough. There was another drive where we were able to drive down the field. We kind of got stopped in the plus side of the field, but that started like in the round backed up like we were in our own 10-yard line. So to be able to take some time off the clock and flip the field, obviously you want to score points every single time, but to be able to flip the field is important. So that was our second drive. Our third drive, we were just right there. Maybe execution point from some of us that we messed up, and that's just football sometimes. And obviously you don't want to go scoreless in a half, but every game presents different opportunities. In that last drive, we had 7 minutes. I challenged the guys to end the game on our terms with us taking a knee, and that's exactly what they did. So we had 4 drives. We gotta do a better job of executing, but I'm glad of how we finished.
Thanks, Zevi.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Go Cougs.